Wow, he's got it sideways. Look at that. Hey there, I'm Rodney with eFishin. Welcome back. Thanks for stopping by. If this is your first time stopping by, consider hitting that subscribe button, especially if you pick something up. But anyways, today we're going to talk about PopRs. How to fish them, what colors to use, what kind of rod, what kind of line. Stuff you need to know if you've never fished one, how to come out here and catch a few fish with them. So hang on, let's get to it. Well, you're going to say, what's a PopR? Well, it's one of the legendary topwater lures of all time, and it's been around probably since the early 80s, late 70s, something like that. There's been people base their career on it. I believe Zell Rowland, he used to fish PopR all the time, and he would sand them down and modify them and do all kinds of crazy stuff to them. But you know, you don't have to do all that. They're great right out of the package. You can get one for about $7-8, something like that. So they're not too expensive, and they catch fish. Here's a couple of my PopRs that I use, and I don't usually have a whole lot of them, but I have a few, and I just keep a couple colors and sizes here to meet some different needs. So I've got the 1/4 ounce ones here, and then I think these right here are 5/8, 5/16 or something like that. And then I've got one of these left. This is one of the old P70s, and it's almost an ounce. So I think they're making this one again. So if you can get you some of them, that's a good one to have. And you can see the size difference here between the 1/4 and the ounce one, or almost ounce one anyways. But these are it. This is what the hoopla is about, and they catch fish, and I've caught fish on all of them. And you know, this is a custom painted one, so if you want one like that, you'll have to paint it up yourself. But I really like this this middle size one here. It's a good one, kind of a go-to size. And as far as colors go, you know, you can see they've got a white belly. Even this old one, it's got a white belly and a red throat on it. This one's white and pink, and the only ones that are different is this frog color. It's yellow and it's got a red throat. And then this fire tiger one, it's got an orange on it. So they all work. If you're at the store looking for colors to get, if I was going to get one, I'd probably get this one right here, this Tennessee shad one. That's a really good color if you're only going to go buy one, and I'd get this 5/16, 3/8. I can't remember exactly what the size is on it, but it's the medium size. Get that one. I think they make one smaller. I think they make an 1/8 ounce one. I don't really fish it a lot. But anyways, that's it. These right here will meet your needs. So now that you've gone to the store and you've picked yourself up a couple of PopRs, what are you gonna fish them on? Me personally, I like a 6'6", 6'9" medium action rod. It could be a bait caster or it could be a spinning rod with anywhere from say 8 to 12 pound line, especially for these smaller ones. Now, when you end up fishing the larger ones, may fish it on the same rod, or I may bump that medium action rod up to medium heavy, and I may go up to 15 or 20 pound line. Especially if I'm throwing this big one, I may go up to 20 pound line, especially if I'm throwing it around willow bushes or bushes in the water, stumps, things like that. Any kind of heavy cover that they could get down in, you want that heavy line, 15 to 20 pound line minimum on these big ones. Keep that in mind. And speaking of line, you're going to want to use either mono or some kind of copolymer line so that so it won't sink on you. Keep that in mind too. Now let's talk about how to fish this thing. So let's go out there and show you. There's 3 retrieves I like. Number 1 is a pop, pop, pop. Number 2 is a pop and just let it set. A pop and let it set. Sometimes you might let it sit there for 20, 30 seconds. And you just do that all the way back to the boat. And the 3rd retrieve is a pop with a pause, a pop, pop with a pause, and with another pop. And you just keep that cadence all the way back to the boat. Let's go show you how to do those. All right, let's talk 3 retrieves for the PopR. First retrieve, you're gonna throw it out there and you're just gonna start popping it. And you can either pop it real hard or real light like this. And you just wanna keep that thing continuously moving and popping. You don't wanna pause it. This is one retrieve that worked really well when the fish are pretty active. So one more time, we'll throw it out and you're just gonna start working it back, short little twitches. And those twitches you wanna pull slack line. You don't wanna have a tight line because it won't pop as well. So just keep moving it. And you might stop it just for a brief second every now and then. But just keep that thing working all the way back to the boat. All right, retrieve number 2. Throw it out there. Let the rings go away. And then just give it one big pop and let it sit there. And this is painstaking, because you just want to plop it after the rings around your PopR disappear. This is a very slow way to fish this thing, but there are times when this is very effective. And again, there's different ways you can pop it. You can pop it real hard where it makes that big bloop, or you can just barely pop it and just barely makes a sound. And I've seen both of these ways to pop this thing be extremely effective. Sometimes you just got to figure out how they want it. All right, our 3rd retrieve. Throw it out there. You're just going to pop it once and then twice. And then after a little pause, you're going to pop it again. So it's basically a cadence. So it's pop, 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 pop. Just do that all the way back to the boat. All right, we've talked about the PopR, we've talked about colors, we've talked about rods, lines, and how to fish them. Now all you got to do is go down to the store, pick you out a couple, rig them up, have them handy, ready to go, and get out there and fish them. These things will catch fish from now, so it's the 1st of June. They'll catch them from now all the way till the winter time. It might not be during the middle of the day like you can catch them right now in the middle of June, but it might be first thing in the morning at daylight, or it might be right at dark at sunset. So keep that in mind, and then when the fall comes back in and the water temperature starts dropping back down there, you can catch them all day on it. And you can catch fish on top water all the way down into the middle 50s. Keep that in mind. Don't be afraid to throw it. Get out there, catch a few fish on it. Thanks for stopping by. I'm Rodney with eFishin. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you didn't do it already. We'll catch y'all next time. We're out.